Giants fans, thank you for joining me for another episode of Only a Giant. I do have a decent amount I want to get to today. I actually have a new segment I want to do today, which is going to be like an outside perspective of the New York Giants from a fellow New York Giants fan. So I'm pretty excited about that. I have some news to get to about myself personally. We'll do the beer of the episode. We'll talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. We'll talk about some news around the league. So, just jumping right into it, a little news about me. Sorry for the delay on the most recent podcast. I've had a lot going on in my life, and it's kind of taken me a little bit longer to get this episode going. I accepted a new position at a company called Bankers Healthcare Group. I'll be working from home. I'm pretty excited about that. So, I wanted to get my home office set up and kind of incorporate that into where I'm going to do my podcast as well. So, on top of that, the Super Bowl was Sunday. I kind of wanted to wait until that happened so that I could talk about that a little bit as well. And here we are. Today's Wednesday afternoon as I'm recording this. And, it's a little bit later than I anticipated, but hey, I'm still here, still doing it, still excited about it. So, let's just jump right in, I guess. We will obviously start with the beer of the episode, and we're going to do a little rating on Untapped and kind of do that whole thing again. So the beer that I have to try today is called Affinity Bound, which is a double IPA, and it's by Common Roots. Common Roots is a brewery in Glens Falls, which I kind of want to go to sometime. I've always kind of been curious about this brewery. This is an 8% beer. It's brewed with Citra Galaxy and Mosaic hops, and it's oat heavy. Supposed to have like an aroma of candied pineapples, mango, and kiwi. I'm interested in that because I don't know if you'll really notice that or not. I always feel like it's kind of hard to notice those type of things. But we'll do kind of the same thing as always. We'll kind of go based off of like the initial taste and kind of go from there. It is ranked 4.0 on Untapped. Obviously, I am a big fan of double IPAs. I feel like most of the beers I've done so far are double IPAs. So yeah, let's give this a taste and we'll go from there. It is in a can. So that was tasty. I noticed the pineapple a lot. I didn't really notice any mango or kiwi, I don't believe, but I absolutely noticed the pineapple right up front, which is impressive. Right? I wasn't really expecting to get that much of a pineapple right from the front. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have looked at the ratings first, but I think I'm going to give it right around 4 because that was really good. I enjoyed that a lot, and maybe it's influenced a little bit by the fact that I already knew what it was ranked on Untapped. But yeah, that was a good beer. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna probably get more of that. That was good. So you can actually find me on Untapped at Only a Giant Podcast. I am also on Twitter at Only a Giant _86. I'm also on Instagram at Only a Giant Podcast. If you guys could check me out on there. I'm working on getting some shirts, and I'm actually working on getting some type of like stickers or something like that as well. So if people are interested in any of those, I would be more than happy to send them out to anybody or anything like that. And we'll kind of go from there. So I guess let's get right into the Super Bowl. Congrats to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Didn't honestly think that they were going to win. But I think a couple of things kind of played into the win, and that is the fact that Kansas City was down to the backup tackles. That had a big impact on the game. It just was a dominant performance by the Buccaneers. Going into the Super Bowl, I would have picked the Buccaneers to win, but I kind of started getting this feeling like, man, everyone thinks that the Kansas City Chiefs are just going to blow them out. They have a good defense. Tampa Bay has a good defense, and it just I was getting a feeling, like this might not turn out how we think. And I'm sitting here thinking, Steve Spagnuolo knows Brady, and it's going to kind of be one of those things where he knows exactly what to do with him. But it didn't matter. The running game was working, the passing game was working. A lot of people want to bitch about the refs. The refs, to me, maybe some of those calls were a little ticky tacky, maybe. But man, those defenders, the cornerbacks, the safeties, were just all over the place, hitting people, getting real grabby. I don't I don't really worry about the refs on that. Honestly, I don't think the refs had that big of an impact on the game. It is what it is. It's a win. It's a win. The defensive line for Tampa Bay was all over the place. Devin White was just flying everywhere. Devin White was a person I really, really wanted the Giants to nab in the draft. I believe that was the year they drafted Jones, so obviously you can't complain about that. But and then Antoine Winfield last year, I didn't expect Xavier McKinney to make it into the second round. Had he gone in the first round, Antoine Winfield in the second was my what I wanted. So it was cool to see him flying around too. He's a good young player. It was kind of one of the stats I saw. Patrick Mahomes actually ran for 497 yards prior to throwing the ball, which is crazy. Throw in the fact that he's a turf toe he's dealing with, and just not getting a lot of help. A lot of people are dropping passes. It just kind of was a mess. I feel like Chris Jones too isn't really getting talked about a lot. It seemed like he was just doing boneheaded thing after boneheaded thing during the whole game. Maybe Ryan Jensen was getting in his head a little bit, the center for the Buccaneers, because he's always been known to be a little bit fiery and kind of tries to do that a little bit. Maybe he was buying into it, but it kind of was a bad look for him. I didn't really like what I saw from him. So, it is what it is. Tampa Bay Bucks, Super Bowl champs. My buddy Sean is super happy. My buddy Brian Piedmont, super happy. And congrats to them. It's not like the Chiefs aren't going to be back again next year. They're probably going to be right there again in the AFC Championship game, having a chance to get into the Super Bowl. And it's a little scary to say maybe Tampa Bay will be too. They have a good defense. They just seem to be on the same page. They got right when they needed to get right. And it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. Some other news around the league. Somehow, Matthew Stafford was traded. This is kind of a weird thing to me because last I knew, trades weren't allowed to happen until the year started. I know there are always talks behind the scenes. There's always that type of stuff. And maybe, trades are already agreed upon a lot of times, but it's not usually announced. So the fact that it was announced, it was on ESPN, it was everywhere, just seems weird to me as we were a week away from the Super Bowl at the time that it was announced. It just seems really weird. I'm kind of curious to see if the NFL says anything about it or if they have anything to say about it. Because, technically, is that tampering or is that not tampering? I've talked to a couple of people about this, and I always bring up, coaches changing position or changing teams or getting promotions, and I believe all that's allowed as long as they are getting a promotion or the team has to allow those conversations to happen. So it just seems weird to me that it's already happened, and obviously it's not official until the league year starts. So it's at March 17th, I believe. So who knows? Maybe they back out or something, or someone doesn't sign, or they want more, or who knows. But the trade itself is the Rams are getting Matthew Stafford. The Detroit Lions are getting Jared Goff. They're getting a 2021 third. They're getting first round picks in 2022 and 2023. And they're going to eat a lot of the salary of Jared Goff. So I guess let's look at this both ways. What are the Rams getting? The Rams are getting Stafford, obviously, who's 33, actually just turned 33 on the 7th of February, so happy late birthday there. He's a competitor. He's a tough competitor. He's a great player. He's been known to kind of play through injuries and kind of deal with what he can. As a rookie, I believe he got hurt And even the second year, I think he had an injury too. So his first 2 years, he only played 13 games. But after that, he had 8 straight seasons of 16 games playing the whole year. So he clearly figured out like that durability thing. 2019, he did get hurt, so he only played 8 games. And then 2020, he played 16. But a lot of that was playing through injury. And one thing that kind of like speaks to him his character is the fact that he played through these injuries this year when he literally had nothing to play for. The Detroit Lions weren't going anywhere. It was clear that the coach wasn't gonna be there much longer, and it was kind of clear that there was going to be like mass changes in the organization. So maybe he was playing for other teams to kind of see his durability, his willingness to compete. But he could have easily just said, the year's over. Let's get into the offseason. Let's figure that all out then. But he didn't do that. He kept battling. He kept getting back into games. His numbers are pretty good. He's thrown for 45,000 yards. He's on 282 touchdowns compared to 144 interceptions. So that's like roughly like a 2-to-1 ratio. So they're getting a guy that's going to compete, a guy that can throw the ball, a guy that can run an offense, and a guy that can probably make a lot of changes right at the line of scrimmage. I think he's going to be someone that's going to fit right into Sean McVay's offense, and it's probably going to make them a contender right away. They have the defense, although some of the players on the defense I don't completely buy into, like Jalen Ramsey. I know he's good. I just don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. But Aaron Donald's legit. They do have a good defense. And actually, that's one of the things that the Lions originally asked for was Aaron Donald. And the Rams apparently quickly shut that down. So it's going to put them in the conversation, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll be in the playoffs next year, and maybe they'll have a chance to battle with Tampa Bay and whoever else is there. One can hope the Giants will be next year. We'll see. But let's look at what the Rams are getting in the deal. Or sorry, the Detroit Lions are getting in the deal. And obviously they're getting Jared Goff. They're getting the picks. They're not going to really benefit from those picks this year, but they will next year and the year after. But he's 26, so he's still young. He still has a chance to be a good quarterback in this league. He's shown talent. He's shown flashes, but you're just like unsure of what you have. Is this his ceiling, what he's shown so far? His rookie year, he was really bad. And then the second year, McVay got there and kind of turned him into like an MVP contender for a little bit there. Maybe a new system, something that he needs. Maybe he needs an offense that's just dumbed down just a little bit. Maybe that isn't quite as complicated as what McVay wants to run. Maybe he turns it around. Maybe. It's a lot of maybes. I think he's a good quarterback. I wonder like what his ceiling is. I bet you he's like middle of the road quarterback. He's a starter in the NFL for sure, but he's probably like the lower half of the starter tiers in the NFL. And when you get into those lower half players, you really usually want those lower half players to be rookies or first year players or something like that where there's room for improvement. And he's young, so there is still room for improvement. We'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens. And maybe the Detroit Lions will give him a year or two, and if he works out, awesome. If not, they'll move on. So we'll get next into a little bit of some Giants news that's kind of happened around the league right now. There has been some little rumors going around that the Giants are going to cut Sterling Shepard to save some money on the cap. I don't see that. That's not happening. I'll believe that when it happens, but it's not going to happen. So I would personally get that thought out of your head as a Giants fan. It's not happening. The other news is that the Giants hired Rob Sale as their new offensive line coach, who's coming over from the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, he was their offensive coordinator and their offensive line coach. So has some interesting experience, I imagine. He's going to have some different takes that maybe a normal offensive line coach might not have. Sale's 41, and he does have ties to Judge and Saban, as he was at Alabama in 2007 as their strength and conditioning assistant and their offensive analyst. In 2012, he took over as the offensive line coach for McNeese State. In 2015, he was at Georgia, bounced around a little bit after that. Before 2018, he ends up at Louisiana. He's never coached in the NFL before, but he's young, so I think he might be someone that can kind of help with those young players and relate to them a little bit more. He did play in college. He actually played for LSU as an offensive lineman, where Nick Saban was his coach. So it's kind of everything's connected with this staff. I feel like everyone's connected. Obviously, offensive linemen or the offensive line positions kind of been a weird thing. This with the Giants with Judge, starting off with Mark Colombo, who obviously didn't work out, and his ties with Jason Garrett, who is tied to the ownership, and Mara, who apparently loves him. Then you throw in Dave DeGuglielmo, who was kind of tied already to Joe Judge, but you wonder what happened there too, because obviously he was here as a temporary coach, and we didn't bring him back, and he took a different job somewhere else, and we took a couple weeks, and actually almost a month maybe, to find the right hires. Hopefully this is the right hire. Hopefully he's someone that can stay in this organization for a couple years, and if he does good, maybe he'll be a future offensive coordinator, as he does have that experience. It'll be interesting to see his coaching style, as like you said, he's never had experience in the NFL before. So he may have to lean on Judge a little bit and the other guys to kind of help him acclimate to the NFL, because it is just very different than the college football. It's very different. So we're going to jump right into the interview with DJ, and we'll go from there, guys. So hope you enjoy the interview. Introduce yourself a little bit to start.
So my name is DJ. I'm from Queens, New York, born and raised New York City native, and I've been a Giants fan since 2007. First Giants game I watched was the Tom Brady Super Bowl 07 undefeated Patriots. Eli Manning throwing the board, Plaxico Burress was one of my favorite moments of my lifetime.
So let's get right into it. What are your takes on Dave Gettleman?
Yo, how can I start this, man? Let's start this. All right, so from 2018, right? Let's start from there, and let's start with how. First of all, I didn't want him.
Was there someone else that you wanted?
At the time, I wanted somebody younger. I wanted somebody with more outsider.
Right.
Thing, I would say mostly, but I honestly didn't really want Dave Gettleman. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from there. They hired him and Pat Shermer. Pat Shermer was a mess. It was horrible.
That's an understatement.
For real. We had Eli Manning. Eli Manning was done with toast. 2018. Then he made some cuts that I didn't like about Snack Harrison. Wasn't feeling that. I didn't like Eli Apple, so I didn't care about Eli Apple. Odell Beckham, don't get me started with him. That one was like, yo, I was like this close of not putting this back on that day. I would say mostly and then Nate Solder has been horrible for the Giants for the last like couple of years, basically. Just like Jonathan Stewart, bad. Yeah. Curtis E, bad. BW Webb, bad. Landon Collins, I was like whatever with. Feel me? I liked him a lot. You know what I'm saying? In real like that. The second pick in the draft, drafting Saquon Barkley. I was cool with it at the time. I didn't have a problem with it at the time. I know Giants fans wanted to go with Sam Darnold, stuff like that. That draft I didn't really have a problem with. Maybe I would have went Josh Allen right now because Josh Allen had a year. So he's the only one I would have debated Baker Mayfield. We was not getting Baker. He was going the first pick that year, anyways. So I would say that. And then 19 draft. Okay, this yo that year I was pissed off. I
I
did
think
not.
everyone was.
I did not want Daniel Jones at all. Like when I tell you I didn't want Daniel Jones, I was sad that year. So real quick, I went to the draft party at at MetLife, right? And basically, I was there. My mom was there also, right? And all I can hear that night, sitting down at MetLife Stadium, watching the draft party was going on to see who what the pick was going to be. That I was furious that day. I was so upset, bro. I made like a I spoke with like a reporter that day about he wanted to know how was I feeling that day about the pick and all that, and I was just sad that day because honestly that day I wanted Dwayne Haskins. Obviously, he didn't work out either. I know
Yeah.
that. I would have been cool with defense that day, bro. Feel me? But Dave Gettleman to me so far, I feel like he had a good off season 2020.
Yeah.
Martinez was good. Bradbury, Logan Ryan, all them players was good to me. Honestly, the only problem I have with Dave Gettleman is that he could have went a different route in 2019. Feel me?
Yeah.
He could. I wish he would have waited until 2020 because obviously Herbert was coming out either not that year, the year after that.
Yep.
I just wish he would have just waited one more year because if he would have gotten Justin Herbert and if you replay Jones with Herbert and Barkley on the same team,
Yeah.
I feel like Justin Herbert would have been more of a safer pick. You know what I'm saying? Because he would have been more of that quarterback with a big arm, like an Eli Manning, a gunslinger that can throw the ball or on the field, stuff like that. And I just feel like right now with Dave Gettleman, I don't like Dave Gettleman. I never did like Dave Gettleman. I still hate him for trading Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham was one of my favorite receivers in the league.
I have like 3 of his jerseys, so I get you.
You know what I'm saying? And yep. and that broke my heart. That really did. Like that day broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie to you. That day I really wanted to kill Dave Gettleman. 2019, I wanted to kill Dave Gettleman, bro.
So the night that trade happened, because I believe that trade happened, I feel like it was like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, somewhere around there. Where were you? What happened?
At the gym, Planet Fitness, working out, and one of my bros on Twitter, shout out to him, he basically sent me, was like, yo, we trade Odell. I'm like, yo, stop playing with me. We not do that. We paid this man like over $100 million. I think the same off season before, right? Yeah. So I'm like, stop playing with me. I go on Twitter, and all I saw was, yo, what? Yo, I was so upset, bro. I was like, these motherfuckers traded Odell Beckham. I was like, y'all can't be kidding me. Y'all can't be serious right now. And that day got me so upset, bro. Like, yo, my fandom for this team, it was like that day, it was like, yo, it was like 50-50 that day. Now, honestly, I'm a Giant fan for life, honestly, always, forever. But that day had me like, yo, question like, you know what? Okay.
It was trying as a Giants fan because
it was trying.
Yeah.
He tried it. He tried it. But when time went on, time moved on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not gonna say I got over it. I got over it, but I won't never forget it.
Right.
You know? Like now I'm over it, whatever. But it's like I won't never forget he did that. Feel me? He took that away. You know what I'm saying? But But people told me that, listen, we got Dexter Lawrence, we got Jabril Peppers now. So I'm guessing now with this coaching staff, it's working out to be like, oh, you know what? But his replacement is still not here yet. So
yeah,
hopefully this draft is his replacement. But
yeah. Okay, so I have a couple other questions for you.
I
I
no doubt.
agree with you with Dave Gettleman about bringing in like Jonathan Stewart and Patrick Omame, and,
Yeah, no.
and even Nate Solder. But the thing I do like about what Gettleman was able to do is he always was ready to move on. You know, if something didn't work, at least he didn't cling to these players. Where I feel like Jerry Reese did that sometimes, and then just the other thing with Nate Solder, I get the frustration of the signing, but what were we gonna do that year? You know, Eric Flowers, we couldn't trot him out another year. You know,
That
that's the tough part for me. Is I get it, I agree, but what was the other option?
That's a good point. You made a good point that year. I wasn't mad at it at first. We needed a left tackle. You know, we needed a left tackle that year.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't think he would be the trash.
I
But
didn't
by the
either.
time all these years, you would do it like, all right, he blocked Brady, he blocked the GOAT. You know, he knows how to protect veteran quarterbacks. I thought Eli was gonna get some protection in the pocket, but he didn't. Eli Manning, oh man, Eli Manning, that's a whole nother story for a day. But honestly, Nate Solomon it's like this. It's like I'm like whatever now, because now we have Andrew Thomas.
Yep.
And listen, now Andrew Thomas is going to replace him at the left tackle spot for the remainder of the future. But honestly, bro, like I didn't honestly, like Nate Solder to me was a bum, obviously, bro. Like
He was. I mean, yeah.
2019 was a horrible year. It was a horrible year for him too. Basically couldn't hold a sack up, whatever. And it was just like, oh man, they so bad, bro, man. But it is what it is, though. We got Andrew Thomas now, so
yeah. So okay, let's get into this past year. What was your thoughts on the coaching staff? You know, who we brought in with Judge, and how do you think the team did? The coaching staff did.
Listen, that's my guy.
Judge.
That's yeah.
Fucking love Judge.
That's my guy. That I will defend that man every day on Twitter. No slander on Joe Judge's name. Feel me? Even though this year coming up, I'm not gonna slander him because, first of all, he don't have his own GM. First of all, he don't have his own quarterback. So he's basically using the last regime quarterback, last regime GM. So I'm not just Joe Judge until he has to move on from them two guys. Then it's like, all right, bro, you're bringing in your whole new everything. Feel me? But Joe Judge is my guy, my man. At first I wanted Don Wing Martindale.
Yep.
That rule. Bieniemy. Yep. That in Kansas City, he's not getting a job, which another story, another day.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Who else I wanted? I think that's it.
I was worried they're gonna sign Garrett, man. That was my main worry.
Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I said I was super worried they were gonna get Jason Garrett as their head coach. That was my biggest worry.
No to him. No to McCartney. Chris Shaw was never going to get the job, obviously. Yeah. So Donnie Martindale, because because the Ravens defense for the last like 10 years has been dominance for the last like 5-10 years. He also would have bought, I think, Joe Brady with him.
I like Brady a lot.
That would have been good. Matt Rule. Matt Rule probably would have brought in Brady too to the Giants, but Matt Rule to me was more. He's more of a I keep forgetting the word right now. I'm trying to remember the word. He's not he's more of a speaker, of like a public speaker than like a coach to me personally. I don't know why, but I just feel like that right now. And the enemy. I want to be enemy because the enemy obviously he he
Go ahead.
obviously the enemy because he developed Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, anyways, even though I mean he didn't really develop Pat Mahomes, but you know he has some development into him, and then obviously how he uses backs with like Darian Williams and Kareem Hunt and you know all the backs over there and basically and I just like the Airbnb because the scheme, the system, what they use in Kansas City is effective. A re-coaching tree has always been effective. So, you know, so maybe like his office would have been good for Saquon for the backs and stuff like that. Maybe Jones development too. But yeah.
Yeah.
Um, as far as Patrick Graham goes, love him. Love
Yeah.
Pat Graham. Love Patrick Graham. He took a defense with no talent, no edge rush, just Leonard Williams, Bradbury, Martinez, Ogan Ryan, McKinney, Darnay Holmes, basically took them, made them top 10. So if he had more talent, he'll be good. He'll be great. Garrett, no, I'm not a fan of Garrett. I wanted him going this past off season. I thought we should have moved on from him. People told me that, oh well, Jones don't need more camaraderie, need more familiar to the scheme. He didn't have enough time, pandemic, all that, which is a lot of excuses on Daniel Jones, which I don't like personally. But Garrett, his scheme is trash. He runs curl routes, hook routes, basically no vertical passes, no deep shots, no crossing routes, no nothing, no creativity, no anything. I wanted a younger OC that's
Yeah.
more familiar to the modern NFL. I wanted that. And coaching staff like Sean Spence, great. Um, just the whole coaching staff that Joe Judge put besides Garrett, even though I don't think Garrett was his higher.
I think Garrett
I,
was forced on him.
yeah. I think Garrett was more Amara higher. It definitely not tied to Joe Judge. I think the new guy, Coach Rob, that we hired from you
Louisiana.
yeah.
Yeah.
He should be good. He was also AOC. So if Gary does effed up, which
Mm-hmm.
you know, he did have experience in coaching orphans. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That'll be good too.
Yeah, I agree.
I love to see what can Coach Rob do as his offense, as a college offense with Daniel Jones and Barkley and all the weapons, which we'll get to later. But yeah. But besides Garrett, everybody else is fine with me.
I agree completely with Jason Garrett. I'm like, it's such a weird spot with that, where like I understand you want continuity for Daniel Jones, but like his offense is horrible. You know, we had less talent last year with Jason Garrett, with Pat Shermer, and a much
Right.
more explosive offense.
Ash.
So
Freak.
it's just tough. What do we do? You know, and I worry that we're gonna give Daniel Jones another year with him, and potentially have a crap year. And
Listen, if they fail right now, I'm telling you right now, if they fail, right, don't expect Daniel Jones to be back for 2022 season.
you
If
might be
they
right.
fail,
Yeah.
if they fail, Joe Judge is moving on. Joe Judge is basically gonna be like, oh, listen, moving on. Now, if the team fails this year, the only argument I will put up is Joe Judge. He's the only person, regardless next year, what happens, he needs to be the guy one more. I'm giving Joe Judge at least a good one more year.
I agree.
At least one more year.
Yeah, I agree. He's building
Because
something.
even though, because he doesn't have his quarterback, he doesn't have his offensive coordinator, and this GM is not his. It's not his.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm giving Judge one more year, basically, because it's not his staff. Basically, he has to build his own staff. I wish he had more power in the organization. I wish he would bring in his own GM, his own OC, which he probably is doing right now.
Yeah.
He's probably the O-line coach. Let's be honest. Hopefully, and the quarterback, because Jones is not his guy. Know what I mean?
So
maybe go ahead.
no, I was gonna say. So getting into like the offense, then, do you think that Daniel Jones isn't the answer for this team?
All right. This is the one right here. This is the one for me that. Oh man. All right. So here's my opinion on Daniel Jones. Right. I feel like this. He could be good, right? Solid, whatever, right? But I feel like he doesn't have up here. Up here, it's like it's the football instincts, the football mindset in terms of reading defenses, reading coverages, pocket presence, pocket awareness. That's two. I think personally, his deep ball accuracy, he has it, but it's not consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I am on the Zach Wilson train.
I mean, I like Zach Wilson a lot, but there's just no chance it's going to happen this year.
On the train of him because here's why. I'm on Zach Wilson train, right? He has it all. Like you watch the film tape, he has it. He has it all. Pocket awareness, deep ball accuracy, flick of the wrist, everything that kid does. That kid is gonna be a stud. It's gonna be great. He has it all, right?
Yep.
So I feel like this, right? I would move on from Daniel Jones now because his ceiling to me, Ryan Tannehill, Matt Ryan, Alex Smith, guys like that, to me, they don't. I feel like them guys are probably not going to a chip no time soon, personally. So I will move on and get a better quarterback talent for the New York Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like getting the pieces around him this year, the Waddle, the Smith, the Chase, see what he is with weapons, because weapons accordingly is going to change everything.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, Daniel Jones to me, man, out of all the young quarterbacks his age, he is like the bottom like two, I would say.
Yeah.
3 with Drew Lock, Dwayne Haskins. Like that draft class is whack. Besides Murray, well, Murray is gonna be good, but besides Murray, Haskins, Lock, Jones, no. I can tell right now, Haskins and Lock and Jones are probably gonna be the worst 3.
Yeah.
I would say personally, I would say Tua is better than him. Burrow's better than him. Herbert's way better than him.
Definitely.
That part. And then I would say Allen in Buffalo, yes. Lamar, yes. Even though Lamar does not throw like Joe, I still think once Lamar gets his throwing better, he's gonna be completely a package because his running ability is insane. And then I feel like Donald's better than him. It's just that Donald needs a better coach. I feel like Donald's better than Jones, right? It's tough to say that, but I feel like he's better than him. Just that you put him with a coach that's not Adam Gates. I feel like his potential will show.
Yeah.
And then this draft class here, Lawrence, yes. Lance, yes. I would say Fields is 50-50. Wilson, yes.
I don't love Fields.
Fields might be better than
Yeah, Fields to me is like
He might be the same player. They might be the same player. But Wilson, Lance, Lawrence, yes. I would say like as a college prospect, you know what I mean? Because obviously Lawrence and Wilson and Lance didn't play in the league yet. But going over like college tape, like pocket awareness, throwing ability, all that, yeah, it's better than Jones on tape, I would say, right now, honestly. But right now, to me, Jones is the guy. No, I do feel like we'll move on next year and get a better quarterback. I'm a guy that's hello?
I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a guy, yeah, I am here. Yeah, so I'm a guy that's um that's all about gunslinger mentality. Big on quarterbacks with a mobility like a Herbert, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, quarterbacks like that. I wish we have another Eli Manning, a big arm mobility quarterback, if that makes sense. And
Yeah,
I
it does.
and I feel like Jones doesn't have a cannon. I'm a guy, so I like big arm quarterbacks.
I think Daniel Jones this year
You hear
is
me?
in like a very like pivotal spot for his career. Like he needs to have a good year next year. If he doesn't, I agree. I think that he's gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too. Me too. I agree with that. I agree. Gettleman is on the hot seat too. Um, because I feel like his record is what 15 and like 33
Yeah, it's not
as
great.
general manager of the New York Giants. It's yeah. So the only reason why I feel like they took him back because Joe Judge had a promising year and the team's so progressing this year.
Yeah,
I think that's the only reason why he's back. But if the team was getting blown out like the past summer days, right now he probably wouldn't be here right now. Basically, if we had a chance, let's say at Wilson, like a top 5 pick this year, he's
hmm
gone. Gettleman would not be here right now. If the Giants had a top 5 pick right now.
yeah, I agree.
Honestly. So honestly, um, I feel like he's on a hot seat. I feel like Jones and Gettleman is on a hot seat. Judge 1 more year. Um, and yeah, but yeah, but that's all I got as of that issue.
What do you
And yeah,
think? What do you think the path of the defense is going to be going forward? Do you think we're going to address the defense at all in free agency in the draft? Are we going to get a number 2 cornerback? Are we going to improve the edge rush?
all right. So my thoughts on the defense is right. Defense would ball out legit. All right, yo, get a second corner. Get
Yeah,
it, get a corner number 2. Because IT Adam is not no. Even though he did improve, but no, I'd rather go get a quarterback, get a corner. Uh, come in here, free agency or draft. Defensive end, I think we do need pass rushers. As far as Leonard Williams goes and Dalvin Thomason goes, okay, cut let Leo walk and sign Dalvin, and let's go for A Rob because I want Allen Robinson. Obviously, he plays offense, not defense. But if it's defensive end, I heard of J.J. Watt. I don't know how much J.J. Watt is costing on the Texans right now, but he's probably a little bit old, a little bit. I'll be cool with Shaquille Barrett. I like Shaquille Barrett a lot,
hmm
but he's probably going to get paid a lot of money.
pricey. Yeah,
Knowing that he just won a Super Bowl and this be the best team probably in the NFL, so he might get paid a lot. In draft, it's not a lot of defensive ends in the draft this year. It's more of it's more of a like corner draft.
I agree. Yeah,
It's not a lot of defensive ends in this draft. Like Parsons to me, I mean Parsons is good, but is he that third down pass rusher? We'll
no,
see, but no, but the Giants. Listen, Pat Graham, they're all about multiple guys getting multiple sacks. Page the New England scheme, all that good stuff. Um, so I would say this. I'll be cool with Shaquille Barrett, pricey. J.J. Watt, depending what the price is, I'm not giving up a first round pick for
no.
Watt or second round pick or I'll lose my mind. Um, Cheaper price, 6-7 round for Watt. Sure, go for it. I did hear T.J. Watt was a free agent. I don't know if that's true or not, but he's not leaving Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't think he is yet, but
I don't think Mike Tomlin isn't letting him go. Um, so I would say, edge rushers wise, go for Shaquille Barrett, see how much he wants. Um, or if not, try to get more pass rushers in the draft. A couple of rushers. I'm more focusing on the offense more this all season than the defense this all season. Um, so I would say to kill Barry that would be a dream true, but can't get him. I'm cool with Watt, JJ Watt, if it's a cheaper price. If it's not like a first round, second round pick, or I'll lose my mind.
You think though the main focus should be on offense this free agency, this draft, to kind of
Yes,
get
because
Daniel Jones some
we need
weapons
to
and
worry about. We need to we need to bring weapons for Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley. Can't be having 8-man boxes no more.
mm-hmm.
Defensive coordinators putting 8 in the box to stop the running game because we have no passing attack. Gotta pass the ball a lot. Gotta use more vertical routes, which I'm not hoping for Gary this year. I'm gonna be honest, bro. This off season, I'm not with the Garrett stuff like that. I have no hope in him. In this off season, I will move on to a new coordinator, but they're not going to. So I would say get the weapons in here, get the receiving core in here, make the receiving core better. You're getting Barkley back, so that's good for the running game. And just hope that Jones shows up this year, like he got us off this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want no excuses for him. I will load him on talent draft or free agency, and I will go from there. But he's gonna have to ball out this year. If you don't ball out this year, man, Gettleman will basically will have ruined the Giants basically of taking him with the first round pick.
Right.
Even though a lot of people said in the media that time in the draft that time that he should have never been the pick 6 that year in the draft. But but I would say give him a lot of weapons, see what he got. Even though I don't think weapons is going to change him reading defenses and reading and picking teams apart. But hey, who am I though? But we'd like to see him with a new coordinator. Like I said, Coach Rob, he was the OC.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be cool with that because he's young, he called plays at college, so why not give him an offense like that and basically see what he does in a college offense? Which I think a college offense might be good for him because the scheme is more useful and easier to read basically. So I would say that.
I think Garrett hopefully will be on a short leash this year. So, if we're in week 3, week 4, and we're, 1-3 or 0-4, I think they'll move on quick.
1-3, yeah. And then I think that he'll come in basically and he'll take over play calling. Or if not making the passing game coordinator, I don't know how much a passing game coordinator has in the offense. I don't know. Maybe you might tell me what is a passing game coordinator does for a scheme, but but as far as Garrett Jones goes, give them a lot of offense. See what Garrett does, but to me, honestly, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
But give him the weapons and see what happens. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's all you can really do at this point. Give it another year, and if it doesn't work, Gettleman's gone, Jones is gone, and Judge can hopefully start from a clean slate.
Basically, yeah. A clean slate because honestly, like I said, if he had his own people, the Giants right now would probably be in a better situation right now than having them two guys here. But that's me personally. Yeah. So that's the agency and draft. That's basically. Yeah. Oh, my picks. Right. So and I got a thought about my so for wide receiver, honestly, let's go with I'm cool with Waddle. I'm cool with Jim Waddle. I think Waddle might be the next Tyreek Hill when he's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
He's very fast, he's very speedy, very quick, cool. Devontae is a little bit small for me, but I wouldn't be, but I wouldn't be mad if it's him. I want Jamal Chase, but Jamal probably won't be there at 11.
No.
Personally. So I would say Waddle, Smith, no to Kyle Pitts, No to Kyle Pitts. I'd rather get a tight end in the second round. He's good too, but no to him. I'm cool with this. Waddle or Waddle or Waddle or Chase. Waddle or Chase. I'll be cool with that because I like to see Shepard back in the slot.
What do you do if Waddle or Chase are not there? Are you going Smith, or what if Smith isn't there?
Damn, Smith isn't there.
I mean, trade back's always an option.
Trade back.
Yeah,
Trade
Gettleman
back.
just doesn't do that though.
Yeah. Get him in this. This dude pisses me. This dude gets me on plus 10 every time. Baby. Yo, like get him in the GM, bro. Be giving Giant fans on plus 20, plus 80, bro. For real. Nah, but yo, Parsons is cool. He a pass rusher, but we'll see about that. Paye's cool too. Kenny Paye's cool too.
Michigan.
Yeah. He's cool too.
I'd probably go cornerback if it was me. Looking at.
Oh, you know what? I'm liking Patrick Surtain.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if Patrick Surtain gonna be there though, but I like him a lot. I like him. I like Farley. Yep. He's cool too. Or JC Horn. JC Horn might be there. JC Horn. He's good too.
Yeah.
He could play. So I think him and Bradbury with Farley or Surtain or Horn. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Not at all.
That's not bad. That they because I think Farley, Horn, or Surtain are all good. Obviously, Surtain is better than Odom, but they all pretty good. They're all pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
You can go wrong with that. Or I've been hearing Rashad Slater, which that's cool too, because then that would mean you have Thomas and Slater playing left tackle and right tackle. You basically have a clean pocket for Daniel Jones, basically. So I would say yeah, but I would say Rashad Slater, Michael Parsons, J.C. Horn. Yeah.
I think if you plan on going like Slater or cornerback 2 or something like that, we need to hit free agency a little bit harder than what I would normally want to do. But that's where you need to go get Allen Robinson. You need to go get Corey Davis or someone to come in and kind of give us weapons and then give us some flexibility with the draft.
That's cool. Who do you want though? Who do you want for free agency and draft it?
I mean, I'm a big Corey Davis fan. You know, I'd love to get Corey Davis. I still think even if we got Corey Davis, we'd still have to look at receiver. I'd love to, look at a tight end in free agency to compete with Evan Ingram, not in the draft unless we do like second, third round.
That's cool. That's very cool for me to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Galladay. I'm cool with I feel like A-Rob ain't coming here. I
don't think he is either.
Like I want him to come here, but I feel like a lot of teams that's like better than the Giants are gonna be coming after him, and they might pay him more money than we do. But Galladay, I'm cool with Galladay. Has an injury history, which is concerning, but I'm cool with him. I'm cool with Curtis Samuel. I don't know if Davis could be a 1, personally. I don't think he's a 1. I think Corey Davis is a 2. But as far as the 1s go, Galladay is cool. I want Galladay to come here. I think that's cool if he's a 1. But A-Rob, that'll be a dream. A-Rob would basically be like, yeah, we basically have our 1, basically.
Yeah, he would be awesome. I don't know.
He'll be awesome. I just don't think he'll come here.
Yeah.
I really don't think he'll come here. And then if we get Galladay and Waddle or Galladay and Smith, that's cool because then you have Shepard and then you have Slayton, basically with Galladay and Waddle. That's basically enough offer for Daniel Jones to basically, he'll have options basically. If you add that,
yeah.
Basically the offense should be better than than last year. When you add Galladay and Smith or Galladay and Waddle, you basically have your offensive basically better than last year. Plus Shepard and Slayton. Tate is gone. Tate is basically. I expect Tate to get cut this off season.
Yep.
And we'll see. Shepard, Slayton. I think Galladay will help out Slayton because Slayton won't be in number one. Slayton is a 2, personally, honestly. And then Waddle and Shepard, they could basically. Waddle is fast speed burner, and then Shepard is Mr. Reliable when he doesn't have concussions. Basically, he's basically good.
Yeah,
so I like him, and I don't like Ingram. I want Ingram gone. But we picked up his I think it's 5th option. So
yeah, we did.
He'll probably stay here. And I'm thinking the Penn State dude in the 2nd round, Pat Myru, Pat something, yeah.
Fryermuth, I think it is,
yeah. Yeah. That would be cool too, as another tight end. So that should be enough. And then Barkley, I don't expect Wayne Gallman to be back.
No, he won't. I don't think so either.
To be back. I think he'll get paid. He'll get paid money this year. I'm cool with Mark Ingram. I'll be cool with Ingram being back at the Barkley. Ingram is that physical back, bruiser back. Then get them tough yards. I think that's what we need with Saquon's, even though because Saquon is coming back from an injury. So we need that. And basically, yeah. And then basically Nate Solder should be cut. Don't cut Zeitler. Keep Zeitler. And then you basically roll with Thomas. And Matt Perk at right tackle. Yeah, basically. And I hope that we have a full off season. I hope that this summer they're out there on the field, get to know each other, not on Zoom call like us right now.
Yep.
Because I also think that them doing this did hurt them a little bit. The months staying home, pandemic, not being on the field. I hope this time they're on the field. I hope this time they have a preseason in August. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's big. I do agree. I hope they do.
Yeah. Me too. We cannot have Zoom calls for 2 straight years. No way. Yeah, so, and I want to ask you a question, right? Right?
Yep.
Do you feel like we should have waited for Justin Herbert?
Herbert was someone I really wanted. When he went back to school, I was pretty sad about that. I would be fine with.
Do you feel like we would have waited? We should have waited for him in 2020 and then got our quarterback in 2020. Basically, when Joe just came, you basically had to get a quarterback, and basically he probably would have been the pick, so that in 19 we pick either Josh Allen or somebody else.
I mean, I agree with that. It's tough because Giants fans were like ready to be done with Eli Manning, so I feel like we had to move on.
Right. We had to move on.
And Herbert, I really wanted Herbert, but just him going back to school really messed that up. I didn't want Sam Darnold. Josh Allen, I was up in the air about.
Josh Allen. At the time, though, you didn't think you're going to be Josh Allen like now, basically.
Correct, yeah. I would have been fine with defensive end Josh Allen, that guy, over Daniel Jones.
And how did you feel about the Jones pick?
I was upset at the time, without any doubt. I was with a couple buddies, and we were all shocked.
Wow. Yeah, man. It's because I feel like this, right? Where do you see who do you think he could be if you compare him to anybody in the league right now? You would say Tannehill, Matt Ryan, right?
Probably Tannehill, yeah. Matt Ryan. I think Matt Ryan's a little bit more of a gunslinger, but yeah, Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill. Yeah. Same here. Some people call him Peyton Manning. It was fun. That no. He's not near Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning basically was very smart up here. Basically, he had the biggest arm, but Peyton just knew what to do. Basically, He
Yep.
basically like he was the coach basically. You know what I mean? But Ryan Tannehill basically yeah. Same here. And who did you want it for coaching? Did you want Joe Judge at the time, or would you happy with like whatever?
I mean, Joe Judge kind of came out of nowhere. I would have
For
been
you,
with Matt Rule. Matt Rule was kind of who the guy I was looking at the most. Uh,
got you.
McCarthy, I was like, you know, Rivera would
Mm.
have been good. I was surprised.
I'm sorry, that's what I forgot. I want him too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was surprised by Judge, but the more I thought about it, it was a good hire. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, same because he's young. Team is young. He fits them. So yeah,
Yeah,
I would have been like cool with that. I would have been cool with like you know what I'm saying, Donnie Martindale
I'd have been
and
okay with that. Yeah.
a big enemy,
Mm-hmm.
which you know I would have been cool with him because at least we'll have an offense because of his scheme and Andy Reid and you know Andy Reid protege basically have an offense. So
Yeah.
you know, so yeah. So I would say that. And what's your expectation for next year?
Uh, you know,
Right now,
I think
it's early. It's early, but we do have
yeah,
like 2 months. Whoa. This off season, I think, is like the most important off season Giants fans ever went through because of this off season is basically make it or break it. Basically,
yeah.
is what they call it. So, how do you feel about Judge next year? Do you feel like we have a threat in the division, and do you feel like we'll be in the playoffs this year? Right now,
I think there's a very good chance that we're in the playoffs. I think we need to finish at the least 8-8, at the floor 8-8 this year. You know, if we don't finish 8-8, there's going to be mass changes. I think the ceiling is 10-6, though. I think it's kind of a small window between the two, but I do think we can make playoffs in the NFC.
10. I think there's a 17 game. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think there's like a 17 game.
I haven't heard for sure about that. There could be, but I haven't heard for sure.
Could be. I would say next year, we need to win next year. We need to win 10 games personally. 9-7, 10-6 personally.
Mm.
If we're 6-10 next year, gone.
Agreed.
Gone. We're 6-10 next year. Basically, Gettleman Jones won't be here. I'm cool with either. If we make the playoffs, I'll be happy with it. Honestly, if we don't, I'll be like, all right, cool. We'll get a better GM. We'll get a better quarterback that has more better potential next year. So it's a win-win for me. I'm basically going into this offseason like whatever. Hopefully playoffs this year. But if we somehow don't make the playoffs this year, then that would mean Jones is gone. That would mean Gettleman, the guy I hate the most in this organization, in this franchise. Also, John Murray too, which that's another story for another day. They'll be going too. So, to me personally, Joe Judge is safe regardless this year.
Yeah.
Regardless, because again, like I've been saying on the show, needs his own GM, needs his own quarterback. He don't have that. You know, it's not his picks.
Right.
But I feel like we should make the playoffs next year. But I don't know because Garrett scheme is outdated, is out modern NFL. I don't know. And then Daniel Jones reading defenses and like pocket awareness, all that. It's just I don't know, man. I'm more focusing on the offense this year than the defense. I think Pat Graham will probably get back to what they were doing, and they'll probably come back next year, probably better than top 10, probably like top 8, top 7 at least.
Yeah.
Defensively, and I think that offensively is up to Daniel Jones. This is up to Daniel Jones because, as you know, Michael, this is a quarterback league, and you don't want to pay $200 $300 because salary cap goes up every year these days in the NFL. And you don't want to pay a guy that hasn't sold you anything 200, $300 million basically.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pay him. And I don't want to pay him golf money, Wentz money, Trubisky. Oh, whoa, not Trubisky, but I don't want to pay a guy that's not showing me nothing or that money. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be a big year for Daniel Jones and the Giants. You know, a lot's going to ride on how they finish this year.
Same here, man. Same here. And and basically, I just hope that we come out this year with some answers because
I agree.
Can't go into year 3 going what if. No, not this year, man.
Yep.
We can't be. This is the year because in year 3, you are who you are. Now, a lot of year 3s have came out together, like Baker Mayfield. He showed up in year 3 a little bit. Josh Allen had a crazy jump in year 3.
Yeah, he did.
So I hope Jones has that jump. But if he has like 11 touchdowns, hasn't done a touchdown in like 9 weeks, I might go off on Daniel Jones. I might go off on Daniel Jones on my YouTube channel, and I might have to rant on him because he's like, yo, he's on my lookout watch for this season. It's him.
Yep.
It's him. He has to get it together. He has to get it together, and he has to like get it together. And also, we got to be good teams, bro. We got to be good teams with good defense, bro. Because I feel like he's a quarterback now that's been beaten on bad teams, and every time he plays a good team with a good record, he crumbles.
Yeah,
he crumbles. So he needs to be good teams, which I think on the next year's schedule we play a couple of good teams. Like next year we play the Saints, good defense, the Bucks, good defense, Atlanta, no, Carolina, no, AFC West, Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Raiders are good. Nah, defensively, no. Chargers defensively, they'll be good because I think they hired the Rams defensive coordinator. So I expect LA to be good. I think we play both LA teams. So he'll be playing against Donald and Ramsey and Odom again. We do play Chicago this year also too. So he has a couple good teams he plays against. The only team I'm not gonna get him, I won't get on him for is Kansas City because I don't think we're beating Kansas City this year on the schedule. Especially at Arrowhead, no way. So even though they did get exposed, but that was bound to happen. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like honestly, like this past Super Bowl, man, I didn't think Mahomes was gonna go undefeated in championship games because I think a lot of people put too much on him, too much pressure on him to be great, which he's great. Don't get me wrong. Patrick Mahomes is phenomenal. He's amazing talent. He has everything you want. Feel me? But I just feel like he got exposed.
Yeah.
When they ran cover 2. Once they ran cover 2 all game long, I felt like him and Andy didn't really adjust. So
he had pressure in his face the whole game too. It was tough.
Say what?
He had pressure in his face the whole game. It was a tough game.
Basically, it was a bad game, but he's still great. It happens. Quarterbacks lose in this league all the time. But besides the Chiefs game, there's not another opponent that I see as a big threat. Honestly. Besides that, I think division wise, Washington, we'll see what they do at quarterback.
Yeah.
Dallas, we'll see if Prescott comes back, which he probably won't.
Do you think he's going to come back?
I don't think it's 50-50 because I think he does come back. But then again, when did Jerry Jones ever pay quarterbacks?
I don't think he's coming back, man.
He doesn't pay quarterbacks.
Nope.
Philly isn't a tank whole job. They're shipping their quarterback,
Yep.
Wentz. So them, I don't care about them guys. I hope they suck in it for the next like 4 or 5 years. But besides that, man, I just feel like Washington is the only threat to us in the division right now because they're young like us, and if they get a quarterback, they'll be good next year.
Well
You know,
coached too.
well coached too. Yeah, that too. But next year, man, I expect playoffs. I expect playoffs. But if we don't make the playoffs, I get that gunslinger quarterback, baby. And you know I'm waiting for that.
Yep.
And honestly, I don't even know who's even the good quarterbacks in 2022 draft anyways. I think there's a kid named Sam Howell. Some guy named Sam from North Carolina. I think he should be coming out next year.
How?
But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But besides that, man, I just want to see some improvement, man. Improvement in the offense. I'm not sold on Garrett. If it was the Coach Rob dude that just came in to be the OC, then I would have some more excitement because it would have been a coordinator that Giants fans wanted, a young-minded guy, the modern NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But but hey, man, we just gotta see. But right now, about the Giants, man. Listen, I'll be lying to you if I'm telling you that I'm sold next year, which I'm not. But hey, we just gotta see what happens.
So you're saying
But
you think playoffs, think like 10-6, but what do you realistically? What do you actually think?
realistically thinking, man. All right, realistically, bro. I don't want to say this, man.
Putting you on the spot. What do you think? It's 6-10, 7-9?
I don't want to be negative, man. But I feel like this team is going to sub next year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's going to ride on Garrett. A lot's going to ride on Jones.
I feel like this team offensively is going to be bad because the scheme won't change.
Yeah.
Personally, but they told me that Bark coming back. Might how about Jones? We'll see, but we'll see if Garrett changes up his game plan and get better at it. Hope he get used to the NFL now today. But knowing Joe Judge, knowing they get him in, they want to run the ball, pound, pound. Which I do think we need a passing game, bro. We do need a passing game to win in the NFL because if you don't pass the ball in the NFL, if you can't read defenses in the NFL, you will not win games.
Nope.
In the NFL. So you got to pass the ball, spread the ball around, but also a balanced attack. Like use Barkley in some downs in some ways. Put Barkley in passing game. Run the outside zone when they tell the guard the tackles to pull. So he get the open lane space. I do think Barkley coming back will help. I do expect him to go off next year. Not right away because of the injury, but a few weeks down the line, he should be back to what he was.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the Galladay, it becomes his Smith, Waddle, Chase, whatever. I do think Curtis. I do think the weapons next year will help out this offense because you can't put 8 in the box and basically the weapons being there. You got to worry about the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
And guys getting double teamed. Guys getting double teamed. Two players. That basically means one player is on man to man 1-on-1 all day long, and I'll make the offense a little bit more easier. But again, after Jason Garrett, my thing will be this: if you can't scheme players up, they will not succeed. And I don't care how many talent you have. If you can't scheme them up and get them in ways so that they could be effective and they can score points in the end zone, it's not gonna work out.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
With Daniel Jones, if you can't read cover 1, cover 2, push coverages off the edge, in the up middle, whatever. If you can't read them things, then it's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not gonna work. And also, if I'm like Joe Judge, balance attack. The Giants next year needs to be a balanced, efficient offense next year. If we're not that, bro, if we're just gonna run the ball, and be boring like all last year, bro, we're not winning a lot of games like that, bro.
Yeah.
We're not, because you can't expect the defense to hold teams 17 points every single game.
Right.
Like them coordinators and teams, they get paid. They get paid too. So, and plus, mostly every team in the NFL has talent. So we have to throw the ball. We have to be more of a passing team and running team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a more of that balanced attack. I want to see the team be more balanced. If we're more balanced this year, then hey, great. But knowing Garrett, knowing Daniel Jones, I just think we're gonna suck next year, and we'll get a better quarterback and a better GM, and we'll move on. Like last year, I wanted Ed Dobbs from the coach because I think what Ed Dobbs had done and on the coach as a staff member has been great. He's been They built a right team. They drive good players. Frank Wright, one of the best offensive minds in the game, like top 10, top 5. And the coach with less talent, with a lot of cap room, has won 10-6, 10 games, 11 games almost each year. So I would have liked to have somebody from that GM, from that organization to be our GM, because I think that the coach, they know how to build a team basically.
Yeah.
So I think we need a GM that just know how to like build the team the right way. But we'll see what Gavin does. We'll see what he does. Have no faith in him. I think he will fail this offseason just because he hasn't shown anything.
Yeah.
But we'll see. He said he's gonna fix it. He said that last year. Said it the year before that. So we'll see. But right now, about the Giants. Right now, man, my heart will suck. My mind, I hope we do good. My mind knows we'll suck.
Well, I feel you on that. So,
and I'll be on YouTube ranting about it, talking about it throughout the whole season, about how sad this team looks.
So, you have your own YouTube channel? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I do. It's DJ Smooth. It has Daniel Jones on the front. On the they call that, man. I keep getting the words right now.
Okay.
But he's my profile photo. And I'm about to buy me a new laptop, a camera, and a mic to start my channel up. So
nice. Cool.
That's what I'm starting.
And then you're on Twitter too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your Twitter handle there?
DJ Smooth 5. DJ Smooth 5 is my Twitter page.
Cool.
I'm all Giants, obviously. Nets fan too. Brooklyn fan too. I'm all New York basically. And yeah, man. I'm just hoping that we do good this off season. And I will have some early rant videos. They don't do great. That will come out. But listen, this is important this year. It's important. And my eyes is on them every move they make. And
I think most fans are, yeah.
And I'm gonna give my opinion on it, and we'll see what happens. But but my hope will do great. My mind knows we'll probably suck and move on and get a better quarterback and a better GM and a better coordinator, which I wanted for the last forever, basically. Honestly, I just wanted, I don't think Daniel Jones, if I'm being honest, will win this team a Super Bowl.
We'll see. A lot of people didn't think Eli was going to either. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yes. Okay. Well, yes, but their talent is different though.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very different team too, from when Eli came in. Eli had a much better team.
Wise, yes, I agree. That's why I say give him the weapons, see what he is with talent on the offense. See what he is.
Yep.
If he comes with talent, he has to go. I'm going to be very, very clear on that. So that's the move right now for me.
Cool, man. All right, well, I'm gonna cut you off now because I'm.
I will now. I got yo man, but yo man, I appreciate you
Yeah, thanks for coming on. We'll have to
for
do it again if you ever want to.
definitely, most definitely. We'll do it again. I love the Giants, man, and thanks for having me
Yeah,
on the show. I
thanks for joining
appreciate
me,
it.
man. I appreciate it. So that's all I got for you guys for now. Obviously, the interview happened, and that my whole thought with that is like an outsider's perspective on the Giants and how everyone's got a different thought. I always consider myself a little bit too much of an optimist, so I really find it interesting to get other people's opinions on things and see just where everyone else is thinking. I think going forward, I want to get maybe like an NFC East thing going on where we get an outsider's perspective for the Giants, but we also have that same person give us a little bit of a take on their team. So, for example, I have someone lined up already for the Washington football team that's going to come in and kind of talk about them, and I'll probably get his opinion on the Giants, where he thinks everything is. It's just very unique to get a different perspective, even from a different fan. You know what I mean? A fan of a different team. And I think that hopefully, as the Giants get better, those opinions are going to get better. But I have a feeling as of right now that they might not all be great, but we'll see. So that's where I'm at, guys. Thanks so much for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed everything. I anticipate being back up and running as normal here and out, every week. As we get closer to free agency, maybe it'll be a little bit more, but we'll kind of go from there. So thank you so much for listening, and let's freaking go.